Hi my friends, and welcome to our next video on this little journey that we're doing together that is all about realizing with ourselves that we are creating our lives every day. And I don't know how long this series is going to last. I'll just see what my inner knowing tells me. So that's really what I'm doing all the time, and that is what I think we're all going to experience as we awaken to what they call the fifth dimension. We awaken to our true selves, and so we awaken to our spiritual selves in human form. And when we do that, we stop worrying so much and we are not so occupied with all the problems, so-called problems of the world. We sort of just let go of that, and when we have to do this willingly. We can't just ask for God to do it or someone to do it for us. We have to choose to take this step, that I no longer want to hold on to all this heaviness. I want to let it go. And the difficult thing is that God, or whoever you believe, will not show you what will happen next. So that can be scary for many of us who are used to life being in a certain way, that God doesn't just line it all up and tell you that when you let go of all your fears and all your worries, this is what your life is going to look like. So therefore we need a lot of courage. We need a lot of courage to let go of the life that we have been used to. And the incredible thing is that the life that we have been used to is actually a very difficult life, a very painful life. A life where we are not blossoming, we are not enjoying being who we are. We are struggling day after day, and for most of us, life after life, we have been struggling because we have been in what some people call the old matrix. We have been living a life where we have felt that we were a victim of life, that we were just a little piece of the puzzle, and we had to just fit in and do what we were told, do what our parents said, what the community said, and if we just did what everybody wanted, all would be well. And that did work for many thousands of years, but as we have come to this place in our evolution, we realize that that does not work anymore. I am not thriving, I am not blossoming, I am not enjoying to be who I am. I am burdened, and I am being pushed around by people, by laws, by restrictions, by all these different powers are pushing me around so that I never really feel that I can blossom in this world. And when we start this journey, and as we go, we realize that there's really no one out there pushing us. It's actually really our own inner critic, our own inner, what do you call them, dictator. So it's we think it's the world that's doing all these things to us, but it's actually our own inner self, our ego self, that has been domineering for so long. So now has come the time where we set ourselves free. And when we realize that we are the ones who have been holding ourselves back, we don't blame anyone. We stop blaming, because there's no one to blame. So that is also an enormous relief. So we are right here in our lives. You are there in your life. I am here in my life. We have been through some extremely difficult things. Most of us have. and some are still in the midst of it, and those are the ones who are just slowly awakening if they want to. And and so when we see all of this, we realize that we think that changing our lives is going to be really difficult, but actually it's not. Because we set ourselves free into a beautiful life, an amazing life, a wonderful life. And so what we thought was so easy, what we used to do, was actually extremely hard. And so now we are going into what is easy. The only difficult part that needs a lot of courage is the actual step from one world to the other. That's where you need the courage to say, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but all I know is that I have to let this go, because this just does not work. My life is too painful, too many problems, too many worries. I just can't do this anymore. So now I'm just going to let it all go. And stop trying to make other people happy. Stop trying to be a goodie. But just to allow myself to be me in all, whatever that entails. Just be me. And so when you step into this way of life, that was what I was starting with, so I went a long way around. What I wanted to say was that when you get into this higher vibrational state where you have let the old life go, you feel very guided from within. And so in a way, every morning you just let go. You do the things that you need to do, you feel that you want to do to help your body thrive here, get your morning sunlight, do whatever you want to do to support your body, detoxing, whatever you feel is really actually very wonderful to do in the morning. And then what you really do is you just lay your life in the hands of the universe. And you say, okay, you might have some plans from yesterday, things you want to do, but you know that you will not cling to them, because they might not be done by the end of the day. So you lay your life in the hands of the Creator, your own inner Creator, and say, okay, what do you want with me today? What do you want me to do today? How am I to structure this day? And you'll usually get it step by step, but sometimes you sort of get a plan. This is what's going to happen today. And it is really, really a wonderful way to live, because you just really, in a way, knowing that you are the creator of your life, you actually step back on a passenger seat in a way, because you let your very wise inner guide, your inner God self, do the decision making. So he or she is going to say, this is what I want you to do today, and then you just do it. So this is really very amazing. How can we be the creators of our lives and at the same time feel that we are being guided and actually really dictated from within, and it's not really something we are doing in a way? How can that be? Well, that's because we are tapping into the universal wisdom, the one mind. So in a way, it's like you can see it as God is up there, and we are all, he has this golden string down to us, which is really, we are part of him, her, and he is in a way pulling the strings. We just allow God to pull the strings. But we have to be consciously participants. So that's the beautiful thing, that we are becoming aware that we are one with the Creator. But there is really only one universal mind. And I came to Earth, and our in this being that I am right now, which is you see as physical, but I'm also my spiritual self, and I'm really omnipresent also, which makes things very difficult. But right now I'm in this human life and I'm one with God, and so I have a certain role to play in the whole scene of creation. I've taken on a job that I wanted to do in this lifetime, and so that's why I can God knows what I'm to do, so I don't need to do all the thinking anymore. I can just do the job. And the beautiful thing is that when we allow ourselves to be guided like that by the one mind, everything we do, we love to do. We simply adore to do. So in my life there's lots of practicality, because we live on this little farm, and I'm out there with my suit on, and it's cold and drizzly, and I can just feel the joy, how my heart is just dancing with joy, because I'm out there being very practical. And that is a big part of me. I love being practical. I love creating with my hands. I love to have to do with the animals, and I love to tend to them. I love to connect with them and see how they're going, and I love to feed them or make sure they get good grass, and just see them happy and thriving. So I love this. And this is one of my chores, one of the jobs I chose to do in this lifetime. So when I'm doing what I came to do, I feel this immense joy in my heart. And so that's how I see we're all going to live. We're going to be doing what we are to do in this lifetime. We love to do. So we don't feel we are at work anymore. There's no such thing really as work in New Earth. It's life. We are living our lives. And we don't have, now we're going to do work, now we're going to relax, now we're going to do this and this. It all melts together. It is life unfolding through us. And as every animal in this in the kingdom of nature, there is a time to sleep and there is a time to wake. There's a time to be active. There's a time to be passive. But it's all life. The animals don't go to work and then they have their free time. It doesn't exist. They are living their life. And this is what we are going to do. We're going to live our life. And we're going to love to live our lives. So if you have not reached that point in your life, I can really tell you that this is what's waiting for you. A life where you love to do what you do. And at times it can seem very strange what we are to do. And this is where the courage and the trust comes in. That if God is guiding you, your inner God self, the God above, whatever you want, however you want to see it. If God is guiding you to sleep in your couch for 2 days, that can be really difficult because you feel you should be doing more. But this is what happens, especially in the beginning. You will be doing things you don't really know why you're doing them. But after you have done them, you realize, oh, okay, this is because I needed that very deep rest. And so as we do what we are guided to do, more and more we get better and better, and we trust more and more. But in the beginning we need to be very courageous, because we just don't really know if we're going down the right track. Are we being led astray? But see, that will never happen. When you are connecting to your heart, you can never be led astray, because it's all love. And another thing that we're going to experience in New Earth is we stop the comparison, because there's nothing to compare with, because we're all the one mind expressing itself in different forms. So we are all to do something different, but really all the people around us are our brothers and sisters, and are not there to to stop us on our path. They're actually there to revitalize and revive us, to support us. Everyone around us is supporting us. And so, as I said in the last video, where if you have an experience with someone who's not kind to you, this person has come onto your path to help you to see that you're not being kind enough to yourself. So that person who can seem like this person who is your enemy is really your friend. So we're getting to see that we're all each other's friends. So there's there will never be someone you need to compete against, because that does not belong in New Earth. You're here to thrive, and the more you help yourself thrive, the more you're supporting others to also thrive. That's the way it works. And I shared this about my view on the what's going on in America, and I still think it's really amazing. And what I heard Elon Musk say the other day, which is also a part of the New Earth thinking, is that there is abundance for everyone. Whereas in the old way of thinking, we believed that there was a certain amount of goods, there was a certain amount of richness and what do you call it? Well, energy. And we had to divide it into all these little bits. So if I had a lot of money or a big farm, I was taking something away from someone else, so they couldn't have this. And that's not the way the New Earth works, because there we realize that there is only abundance. And abundance is a state of mind. So if you wake up in the morning and dare to dream about your dream life, everything you want in life, everything you feel that would just be so great for you, you are not taking anything from anyone else, because that is not the way the creation works. In the true world, in the world of love, in the world of God, there is only abundance. So we are all here to enjoy abundance. And that can really, really be hard to wrap our mind around when there's so much poverty on the earth. But that's when we get back to, which can sound very, very strange, that actually poverty can be a type of abundance. And so, how can that be? Well, that's because, as I've talked about many times, we are these spirits, and we have come to earth because we are on this journey of growth. And the times in our lives where we have felt extreme poverty, and it can be poverty in a relationship, poverty materialistically, it can be poverty, just being really, really poor, having no money, having no food. This is actually something we have chosen to go through on this journey, because there's something very special we want to learn. And if you believe in past lives, you might have been the richest man on earth in your last life, and you because of that very intense experience, you wanted to experience what is it like to have nothing. And really, as Jesus said, the ones who have nothing, it can often be easier to find God when you have nothing. So it can be a very, very beautiful experience of abundance, because you realize that all the stuff, all the money is not going to show you the way to God. All the money and enjoying all these things is not helping you to find God. You can do it, but when everything is stripped away and you just let it all go, stop fighting to get what you want, you just let it all go and you sink into yourself, go into your inner holy place, you realize that you are completely abundant. in yourself. You are abundance itself, because you are holding within you the all. So all the beauty in the world, in all the beauty there is within you. All the wisdom, all the peace, all the love, it's all in you. And so when you have found this place, you can, your life shifts, and then you can start to become abundant with material things if you like. You can also stay in that poor state and use other parts of your being. Maybe you want to go and serve other poor people, whatever, and you're sharing your abundance of love. So we can take it really, really simply and say, whoever is thriving on earth in a loving and peaceful way without pushing anyone down, whoever is blossoming on earth is living in their abundance. And they might be, see, I make very, very little money, so I'm actually seen from a materialistic standpoint, I'm very poor. Seen sort of, sort of poor, not on an earthly. There are, of course, many millions of people who are much poorer than me, but seen with Westly eyes, from a Western perspective, I have a very, very little money, but I feel incredibly abundant. So so this is what we're going to experience, and the more you open your heart and you let go of the old world, the more you will feel that you are abundant, and that is your natural state. You are abundant. And it's not a matter of whether people think you are abundant. That's not interesting to you anymore. It's whether or not you feel abundant. That's what matters. So other people's opinions of you are not important anymore. So today we're going to do another practice, and what I wanted to share today was how you can create your life with your mind. And this can be a little bit tricky, because really, as I've mentioned before, the more you do this work I'm sharing with these videos, the more your life will unfold in a very beautiful way. But you can also sort of control things with your mind by seeing yourself, listening to your inner heart, go to your heart and sense what you really are dreaming of. What would you love to experience in this lifetime? What would just make your heart sing? And so we're going to do this little practice, which is really brain retraining. So if you like, go and lie down. You can also just stay here and sit on your chair. But the main thing is that you get very comfortable. So we can just shift the camera. I'll just shift the camera. So just find a really good, really wonderful position to get yourself into. Feel how your body is becoming soft when you just bring your attention to your breath. Feel how you are breathing ever so gently, ever so softly, into your belly through your nose. Feeling the soft air in your nostrils, sliding in all the way through your lungs, and feel how the muscles of your belly become so soft. Just letting the air flow in and ever so gently let it go when you're ready, and make your exhalation as long and slow as you can, feeling how these pleasure hormones, these happy hormones, they fill every cell of your body. We are discovering how calm we can be. We are discovering how present we can be. Sensing how right here, where we are, all is peaceful, all is calm, and that we are safe. We might feel that we're all alone, but really there are beings, helpers all around, and really the world itself is our helper. So although we have felt very unsafe often, we have really always been completely safe. So we're now just allowing ourselves to feel so calm, so safe within ourselves. Feeling every little tension just become soft. From the tip of our toes and all the way to the top of our head, every single fibre of our being is calm and relaxed. And as we lie here, we can bring our attention to our heart. See our heart as this shining, soft ray of light. From our heart shines purity, goodness, healing, good health, vitality, love. We are a being of love. And we have been given, as this human being, we have been given free will. So we have been brought to believe that our thoughts are just there, but really we can create with our thoughts. And we have done this many times in our lives. We have a thought, we have a plan, and it happens. We get things done, talk to whoever we need to talk to, and we have created something. And so right here where we are, we can allow ourselves to really one more time just let go of all the restrictions we have had within us, all the holding back, and we can just allow ourselves to dream the biggest dream we can imagine. How do we really want to live our lives? What would be if there was a fairy godmother who came, who is really a part of us, and said, "Whatever you like, my child, tell me, and I will give it to you." So for us to create this amazingly beautiful life, we have to say, "This is what I want." We have to tell the universe, "This is what I want. This is what I would love to experience." So as you have this focus on your heart, go deep within and ask your inner self, what would you love to happen in your life? How would you like to live your life? And anything and everything is allowed. So I'll be quiet for a little while and just allow your imagination to take you to where you want to be. You can also see it as your joyful inner child. She takes you by the hand and leads you to the place, to the life you deeply want for yourself. So see yourself wherever it might be. Where is she taking you, or he taking you? Are you going to a place in nature, by the sea? Are you going into a forest? Out onto the land? Are you going into a town or a city? Wherever you are being taken, whatever your imagination is creating right now, just let it come. And after you have created this, and seen yourself really, really content, whatever that looked like, you can look out onto the world and see that every single human being is just as joyful and happy and content as you are. The world is thriving. Everyone is feeling they are living in abundance, being joyful and helpful and supportive to each other, and treating all of nature with love and kindness. We can see this in our inner eye and say, this is what I want. This is my goal. So from living a very relaxed life where we allow ourselves to be guided from within, we can set a goal for ourselves and say, this is what I believe is going to happen. This is what I want to happen. I want to thrive and love my life, and I want the same for every person on the planet. And so it is. So this might be your new goal that you set for yourself in your life. And this is a way to create the life that you want. So bring your attention back to your heart. Feel how soft and pleasant your heart is. Bring your attention back to your breathing, the slow, rhythmic feeling of the air coming in and going out. Bring your attention to your whole body. Feel how good you feel. How wonderful it is to see yourself thriving and joyful. And when you're ready, you can start to stretch every part of your body and come back to me. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share today, and yeah, I just send you all my love and all good wishes for you right where you are in your life. So take care. See you in the next video. Bye.